am I obliged to distribute the sacrifice in certain portions for the family and the poor? The question we just had asked just before the break.
Okay. Thank you, Sister Jemima, for your question. In answer to this, it's not prescriptive. It's not required for you to do it in just one set of proportions or the other. That having been said, there were various opinions which do exist, which state maybe as a suggestion, it's a advisory sort of proportions that have been set out. So Imam Ahmad rahimahullah mentions that the taqsim or the division of the udhiyya, the qurbani, would be in thirds. So a third for oneself and one's family and household, a third for neighbours within the community, etc., and a third for also for the poor. So a third for the poor, a third for, if you like, one's neighbours and friends, and a third for one's self and one's family. And this has also been attributed to Sayyiduna Ibn Abbas radiyallahu anhuma, who said something similar for the fuqara. He said for the jiran and asdiqa and for oneself. So those are the thirds. And this has also been alluded to by one of the great scholars of the past, mentioned by Ibn Qudam al-Maqdisi as well, again from the Hanbali school of thought. That was, he mentions this from Abu Musa al-Asfahani. But otherwise, there's other views which do exist, saying a half for oneself, a half for the poor. It's not prescriptive, but basically try and consider all of those categories in the three categories in some way, shape or form, and understand ultimately the overarching goal is even beyond the meat. It is the proclamation of the oneness and the sublimity of the one maker, who's worthy of all of our devotion at the highest level of love and hope and reliance. And that's worship, basically. And that's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Amazing.